Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to see what is Delta Lake and why it is needed. Also a small use case on CDC by explaining how it gets benefit by using Delta Lake. Please find the attached Medium blog link in this video description where you can find all the code snippets used in this demo with the theoretical explanation. Organization has been spending millions of dollars to get the data into data lake. While moving the data or building the data lake, what are the major problems we are facing with the traditional data lake? The main problem is schema enforcement. Initial load, you may be moving the data which may having assumed like 10 columns. When you are upstream application without any proper intimation, if they change the number of columns to if they like added a new column or deleted a column or renamed the column, it will not be thrown when you are doing incremental load to your data lake. But when you are reading the data as it is schema on read, it will throw an error message. Also, lack of consistency and data corruption, like when there is a job failure, you might be leaving the some corrupt records without cleaning, which you will be struggling by cleaning the data by writing some other scripts. And the main problem is ACID compliance. There is no ACID compliance in data lake. So in this lecture, we will be covering as a two parts, and we will be seeing all these features like what is delta lake and how delta works, what is the transactional log and how the transactions has been stored internally in delta file format, and how schema enforcement, ACID transaction, time travel works by seeing a practical demo. And scalable metadata handling means how the metadata is being handled scalably, and some other features like optimistic concurrency control and CDC, how CDC leverages the delta lake. So what is delta lake? So delta lake is not a new file format. It is an enhancement to a existing file format, Parquet. So Parquet plus a transactional log directory is a combination. We are calling it as delta lake. So in what is this transaction log? We will see it in a second. Delta Lake is based on Parquet file format. As we already discussed, it adds the transactional awareness to a Parquet using a transactional log, which will be maintained in additional folder under delta log directory, which is maintained in the same directory where your Parquet files are there. So a lot of vendors like Informatica, Talend embrace Delta and working off native readers and writers. So moving forward, most of the vendors will adapt by natively writing to Delta Lake. JSON file under this Delta Log folder will have the informations like add or remove the Parquet files for atomicity, and stats for optimized performance and data skipping, and partition by for partition pruning, read versions for time travel, commit info for audits. So this is the sample JSON file which present in Delta transactional log when we write sample data frame with 2 records. Notice that it analyzes the status like min max in each file, which helps to effectively skip the unnecessary data and helps in performance optimization. If you see, this transactional log is a part of a single file. Another part will be in the next slide. So if you see here, it when it start writing, it has maintained all the metadata information like when it was written, by whom it is written, what kind of operation it performed, whether it is overwrite, is there any partition by it's maintained, and some other metadata information which will be helpful for optimizing the storage. So this is the next part of the transaction log. If you see here, we have 4 columns in the data frame, which we try to write it into in the delta lake file format. So this will be captured under metadata JSON. And here if you see, this complete schema will be taken into this, and for each of this column, the main and min and maximum values will be captured for each file. If you see here, this is saying that to when Spark reads this information, it states that this is the file you need to consider. So for example, if any of the files, if you have deleted or it is become a stale information, those data will be kept under remove file. As it is an initial load, we are seeing only add files. The remove files we will be seeing in the demo classes when we are doing the CDC use case. Okay, what is schema enforcement and evaluation? Delta Lake provides the ability to specify schema and enforce it. Unlike Hive, this helps Delta to ensure that the data types are correct and required columns are present, preventing the bad data from causing data corruption. We will see more on this in demo. Schema evolution is similar like big data is continuously changing and your business is growing and the agility of the business growth is too fast. So when there is a data changes, your upstream application will not notify here when and there. So your application needs to adapt to evolve the schema. This can be applied using this merge schema feature of Delta Lake. There will be multiple reads and writes happening in your data lake concurrently. When there is a multiple writes, you need to make sure the data integrity by isolating the each environment so that the data will not be corrupted. So the following example is a write happened initially at the time you will have this 0th JSON file. When you are updating the previous data, it will create a new JSON file. All these JSON files will be maintained under delta log directory, which we are calling it as a transaction log. So what happened here initially when we wrote this data in delta file format, it created two Parquet files. Next, you are trying to change some information present in two Parquet files. At the time, what happens? Your complete Parquet file will be rewritten. So assume like you have some 100 records in Parquet file 1 and another 50 records in Parquet file 2. You are updating some city information which is present in both Parquet files. So what it is doing is it is removing the other two Parquet files and rewriting the informations once again. Assume like you have 150 records in two Parquet files. Since you are updating like 3 records in both the file, it doesn't mean like it will change only those 3 records. It will rewrite the complete Parquet file into a new file. And one more information you need to notice, this remove Parquet files will not remove it immediately. So it will just mark it in the transaction log. This will enable you to travel back to that particular version of the data in case if you want to roll back your changes. As we discussed in the previous slide, that rollback is possible only due to this time travel feature. All the metadata and lineage of your data is stored under that delta log directory, which we are calling it as transaction log. This enables you to travel back to the previous versions of your delta table by providing a specific timestamp or a specific version. This is the command to move, like we can store the delta files in file format, also in table format. If you store it in delta file format, you have to use this command to move to the specific version of the data. Similarly in delta tables using the SQL dialect. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Tech Island.